First of all, before I start talking on this video, I want to apologize to everyone publicly because I've been so selfish and I've just been thinking about myself and my needs as I have a situation with my I have an Interpol warrant, and well, every time I go to another country I get arrested, and they don't pick me up. I mean, United States doesn't pick me up, and I get really frustrated. I really feel hopeless. I wrote the president, I wrote the attorney general, I even called the Interpol warrant. I'm just so sick and tired of this. I went to an attorney. I don't know what to do. So I want to please accept my apology from the bottom of my heart. I know that a lot of people have been feeling negative energy, and that negative energy is because of me, because of what I want. I want people to understand that all this positiveness that was going on through these couple of years back about New York doing meditation and people getting into meditation and people being more aware and being more mindful is because of me. And all the things that peace in my country, with the gang members, they made peace, and I mean, not only in my country but around the world, as I use my ability trying to communicate to these criminals or negative people who are rejected by society, and trying to bring peace for the hope of humanity using my ability. And this is something that most psychics have to realize, that is very important, because you have a big responsibility. And from the beginning, I heard other psychics tell me that do not interfere human, because of the way they think. But since I'm very religious, I believe in the Creator. I believe in one Creator. I believe in Abraham's Creator. I believe in Jesus' Creator. I believe in Muhammad's Creator. Peace be upon all the prophets. I believe in the Scriptures. I believe in the Gospel of Jesus. I believe in the Quran. Alhamdulillah. And I even have one of the surah right here to protect me, ayat. This is basically, I'm trying to say I'm sorry. And I'm trying to give you a little bit more information of what have I learned about my ability. I have already realized that there is another dimension. I've been wanting to get a video on a ghost, and so this is something that came up to me yesterday. Because supposedly ghosts shouldn't exist. A ghost is supposed to be a spirit of a human. So, what if a ghost is a spirit of a human? Then what is a demon, or what is a jinn? And then once we realize that a spirit of a person or a being is different from a jinn or a demon, then we have to ask ourselves, what other type of creatures are there that we do not know of? We have such a little bit of knowledge of what it is on clairvoyant, psychic, near-death experience, astral projection, lucid dreaming. And it's so fascinating for me that everything is common sense, but most of the things is observation, and that's what we lack as human being. As I work in construction, I see sometimes that we have to observate some minor details, which I usually don't pay attention, for the simple fact that I don't care. I just want to do the work and get the day over with. So that's like our life. We have a paradigm. Everyone has a paradigm. Catholic, Jews, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindu. They all have their paradigm that has been taught since an early age, and that paradigm grows with you. So your caring or your awareness or the reason you're existing is towards the paradigm that you live, and you don't even know yourself. As I explained it a lot of times, you don't know yourself because of the way your brain functions. So we have to ask ourselves, how can we know ourselves? How can we decide better decisions? Because I give you an example as the beginning. I apologized for all this negative energy that everyone is hearing or feeling, and is because of me. And it was why? Because all I cared about was me, to start a new life, to start all over. And I put aside everyone else, and all I thought about was how to go to the next level. I don't want people to listen to my thoughts. I don't want people to see through my eyes, and I want to stop this connection. Why? Because it is hazard to children, it is hazard to people, even as young adults. As I see a lot of young adults feel hopeless, and they're looking towards me, and they're like, you give us hope. But I say to myself, I mean, gosh, man, I've been such a negative person since a young age. Since 12 years old, I became a gangster, and I just left being a gangster at age 33. So my paradigm and my consciousness and my mindfulness and my awareness is such little, and to be changing, I still even fall under errors, and I make mistakes, and I cannot lead people with making a mistake or an error, or just thinking about myself and not thinking about others. And I'm not a leader, for a point fact. I just want to find a way to close the connections from people being able to see through my eyes and hear my thoughts. I know people act like they don't, you know what I mean? I know that, you know what I mean? But I know the whole world. I know the reality. I am connected to everything in this world, in the next life, and that is something extraordinary, because we're not recording it. And if the government is not acknowledging, what I mean, my abilities, even though that they hear and they see through me, something's wrong with our government. And not only our government, but our beliefs, our leaders of churches, our leaders of mosque, of leaders of whatever type of religion or belief. Why? Because you are looking through my eyes, you are hearing my thoughts, so you are living my paradigm. As little children, they think they're older and they think they're smarter because they're having my experience, which could be something good and could be something bad. But the thing is that it's up to me and it's my decision, and that is wrong, because it shouldn't be my decision. It shouldn't be up to me, because they have to live their life. They have to live their paradigm. They have to live their mindfulness, their awareness, or whatever their father or mother wants to put into their brain, and they grow up to be what their father or mother wants them to be. So it's very hard for me to keep going on and explain, because it's a big dialogue of how the world is made out of energy. Because if you look at how the structure of a plant, I'll give you an example. The plant absorbs the photon. The photons becomes energy and becomes proteins and ATP, and it becomes also in NADH. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but it's somewhere around there. But these are two components that make energy, that transfer energy. And when these plants absorb the energy from the sun, because the sun is giving the photons, and this is something that most of us all learn in school, but we don't even remember this. And there's some of us that don't know, for unfortunately we lack the education. And this is the beauty of the internet. This is the beauty of YouTube, that we're able to educate each other, that we're able to communicate. So brothers, sisters, Prophet Muhammad said education is important. I know that there are people and there are governments that try to keep us away from educating ourselves, but it is important. Prophet Muhammad said it 500 AD. So this is something that we lack of. And these Talibans, these ISIS, these people who want to use Islam, for the benefit of their belief, of their structure, of their society. So you have to be careful. And remember, the Quran says Allah made the earth so big so that if you have problems, you can migrate to somewhere else. I know that it is hard because I've gone through it. I have migrated because I'm trying to look for a better life. I mean, they already tried to kill me 5 times in El Salvador. The police, they did some very nasty thing. I mean, they beat me up. They showed my tattoos to the rivals, and then they put me in television with the rivals of MS. And so, I mean, whichever way I looked at it, they was gonna kill me. So I had to run, even though I had nowhere to go. I didn't have no money, but I had to leave. And sometimes we're scared to leave. What I mean? We're scared to leave because we don't know what is out there. And that is something that you have to take away, because you have to have faith in yourself, because the substance of the creator is in you. See, the creator's energy, but I think it's past energy. I think it's pure energy, or something more stronger, but everything comes from him. Everything is based on energy. The sun, the way, the rotations of the universe, the blood flow of inside your body, everything is all connected. And if most of us, we look at it as something complicated, but it's not complicated. It's something on a simple terms, but we make it complicated, so that if complication things, we get lost, because too much information, we get lost. That's why they have so many big words. That's why they have so many paradigms, because divided you can be conquered, but united you can stand against any type of pressure, of any type of government, of any type of people trying to hurt your theology, because you're together, you make a wall, a brick. So it is very important, but it is hard to make that wall. It's hard to make something that's concrete, something that is able to stand through thick and thin. But let me keep going on. As I was saying, that the plants absorb the energy, and then the energy is aided by animals or by humans, and we absorb the energy through the plants. So see, it's a process of energy, right? And because your cells have energy, everything has energy. It has photons. And so you have to understand that we're connected in a symbolic way. Don't think you're connected where you're going to be able to move things, and you might be able to, but right now, as Ryan Research Center has been doing experiments on telekinesis, where people move things with their mind. So yeah, you can do that, but these are people who have telekinesis. As a human being, this is where my whole research is going to, is that even as a child, if you're taught as a child that you have these abilities, will you be able to have these abilities? Am I able to pass my abilities to someone else? As I see that even the children are connected to me, you know what I mean? Even the children in the stomach of the mothers, they already hear me. So they're listening to my paradigm. So they're going to have a different paradigm. And as adults, as grown-ups, we don't have knowledge on towards that. And that's why I have a card for child development, my business that I'm going to make on the internet, to help people with child development and marriage counseling and paranormal activities. If you guys do have any information on a paranormal activity where you hear ghosts or someone is being possessed by a demon, please give me a comment. I love hearing comments. I try to learn more because I do need to do videotapes on these types of events, so I can go on, keep going to my research and keep educating you guys on how the ability is able to function, how you're able to development. And let me also tell you that anyone who has telepathy, you have to work with imagination, right? Because if you want someone to stop looking through your eyes, my thought right now, this is the closest that I have got. My opinion is that you have to imagine a black, imagine a shoe. But the problem is that you're probably going to be like me, that I have to work, study, and I have Islam that I have to do. It doesn't give you time. It doesn't give you time. But if you do have time, you have to work on that. You don't have to cross your leg. Meditation is not about crossing your legs. When I talk about meditation, is about being silent, about learning how to control your body, and that is something that we all have to do. We have to learn how to control our body, for the simple fact that we do not even know how to control our thoughts. We think we know how to control our thoughts, because I'll give you an example, right? If you watch porno, and after you watch porno, you close your eyes, right? You still imagine porno. You still see naked women. You still see things that you do not want to. That's where the subconscious comes in. Which is, the subconscious is what you see. So that just presents you. I just gave you evidence that you do not have control of yourself. And no matter how aware, no matter how conscious you are, you do not have control, because your subconscious is what controls you. And your subconscious works on what you see. So you have to be careful what you see, what you read. You have to be careful what you listen to. I've been speaking about this a long time. As you know, that the satanic church is growing, is getting bigger, and there are other dimensions. It is a proven fact that there are other dimensions. Once you reach the telepathy as I have, you will realize that there is another dimension, that there is, because I have already heard the serpent twice, and it talks in languages, of old languages. I used to see this in movies and I never believed it, but now it's coming to a conclusion that it does, and I did hear it. I believe now, you know what I mean? I do believe that I heard the serpent twice, and I already have had my paranormal experience in my past with ghosts, where one ghost grabbed me by the neck, and in a lucid dream, supposedly the fake prophet, he grabbed me by the neck also, showing me that he has true powers. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know, you know what I mean, what is going on, and I just wanted to apologize to everyone for all the negative energy. I'm trying to change. I'm really drained out. Psychic abilities, it really drains you out. Knowledge really drains you out. For men, you need a female to, or you need something to make you relax, make you forget about that. Yeah, I don't know, you can find it in church or whatever. It's all about how your paradigm, how your mind works, how you look, or how you're satisfied with relaxation, right? Because stress can be taken away so many different ways. But I believe that for men it comes, whereas most psychologists says that sex is good for the human being for the simple fact that you release stress. um, uh, I'm trying to be more conscious of what I say, because I love all my Muslim brothers and sisters, and forgive me for my errors, forgive me for the things that I have been doing. I know that you guys see me, and forgive me for my negative things that I have been doing. Even though I only should be asking forgiveness to Allah, but it's because you guys see, and I should be more responsible. I'm trying harder to be a better Muslim. I'm trying hard on my research. Please, guys, once I open my website, I really will be honest, be needing donation, because I'm really suffering from funds to keep going on with my research, as I need a microscope. If anyone has a microscope that they can offer me, I'd be so much grateful, because I need more things to study, like I said. And if you have information on any paranormal, where you see ghosts, poltergeist, or anyone who is possessed by a demon or an entity or a spirit, I would be so grateful for you if you give me the information, so that I'm able to help these people, and I'm able to go to my other research and keep going on bettering my documents and my notifications, so that I am able to give you the best and the most important true knowledge on parapsychology, on telepathy, and how to develop all these abilities. And not only develop the abilities, but develop a paradigm where you are conscious and aware, and you realize that you are alone. You are a nobody. I'm sorry to say it. You are a nobody. I am a nobody, because and this is the fact, right? Because everyone in the world listens to me, right? And all I want is the United States to take the Interpol warrant off me, and I'm not able to do that. I'm having so much. I gone to a lawyer, and like I said, I've done all these process, and I have my documents on showing that I did all these things. So, with all the people in the world listening to me, right, I'm not able to start a new life, right? They want me to start a new life in my country, but in my country, they already tried to kill me 5 times. You know what I mean? How am I going to stay in a country where they're trying to kill me? You know what I mean? I have so many enemies. You know what I mean? I can't. I have to look, and I have to search for a new way of life. I have to look for survival. So here I am. Inshallah, I'm going to make it to a Muslim country, because I know once I make it a Muslim country, I'm going to be safe no matter who it is. I know my brothers and sisters won't let no one hurt me. Alhamdulillah. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful day, and may the Lord bless all of you. May the Lord guide you to the correct and the truth path. Remember that every paradigm, you have to experience experience whatever you want. My experience or my paradigm cannot go with your paradigm. Your paradigm is your experience. So you can read my book, you can hear my videos, you can hear my audios, but if you do not walk it, if you do not experience, you will never capture the knowledge or acknowledge the thought or the ideology of being a mindful and awareness person or being a conscious person, of learning how to enhance yourself, because this is what it's all really about. This is my research: enhancing yourself, being a better person. You are the perfect creation. You can adapt to any type of situation. Your body can adapt to any type of environment. You are the perfect creation. Assalamu alaikum. I love everyone. Take care, everyone. Peace. Bye bye.